What's up everyone, I'm Mr. Errett, and these are the Monoprice M1060s. They're a set of open back planar magnetic headphones, and they also happen to be my favorite headphone under $200. So in this video, I'm gonna get into why I love these headphones and why for me, they were a better option over similarly priced open back headphones like the Sennheiser HD58X, 6XX, and the Hifiman HE4XX. So what makes these stand out, and what could you expect if you purchase these headphones? So these are the Monoprice M1060s. They are an open back planar magnetic headphone. They are regularly priced at around $280 retail, but I purchased mine and they seem to be regularly available open box from Monoprice for just under $200. When I purchased these headphones, I had also purchased from Drop the Sennheiser HD58X Jubilee and the Sennheiser HD6XX. And currently, I also have a set of Hifiman HE4XXs that I purchased just because I got them cheap used and I thought I'd give them a shot too. Out of all those, these are definitely my favorite headphones, and why I really like them, despite some things that might seem like downsides, such as they are huge and they weigh quite a bit, about 500 grams, but I think overall I found them to be more comfortable than those other headphones. And I found the sound signature to be more pleasing, and I'm just able to listen to them for hours on end, and I never get tired of them. So even after several months, I'm really happy with my decision to purchase these. And you know, I wanted to just share that with you and let you know what you could expect if you wanted to purchase them. So one of the big differences between these and those other headphones is that all those other headphones are pretty plasticky headphones. I wouldn't say that they're low build quality, but these I would say are a step up in build quality when compared to those headphones. These are all metal. You can see the wood on the ear cups. There's not really a trace of plastic in sight unless you count the ear pads and the little headband that goes on top here, which I assume is some version of pleather, but you know, it's a pretty nice pleather as far as that goes. Probably one of the best that I've seen on a set of headphones. So I really like the build quality and the comfort when compared to those other headphones. But really when you buy a headphone, it's all about the sound. So how do the M1060 sound? If I were to describe it in just a few words, I would say it's a very lush sounding headphone that has detail but is also really laid back to listen to. So when I'm considering the sound of these just overall, let's start with the bass. The bass is really nice texture to it. A lot of detail with the bass, especially when you pair it with a decent DAC amp. You can really feel like the different textures as the bass is playing. And it does all that without being overdone, so there isn't too much bass there. When it comes to mids and vocals, I feel like this headphone, for me, really stood out in just how smooth it delivers those vocals. You really can there's no edge to any of the vocals or any of the mids. They really are just silky smooth that you can kind of just like melt into, you know, a singer's voice as they're doing their thing. And in contrast, I feel like the Sennheisers and the Hifiman, they have like a little bit of extra grain or texture, and maybe it's more detail on the voices, but to me, after listening to those headphones for, you know, an extended period of time, it would kind of start to wear on me. Whereas with these headphones, they are just so smooth that I can listen to whatever kind of music I like, and I can listen to it for a long period of time, and it never stands out to me as something that's bothering me. Everything sounds good and easy to listen to on these headphones. And I think a lot of that has to do with how these headphones handle the highs and the treble. A lot of those other headphones and other headphones that I've tried, they have kind of like an airiness to the highs, and I know some people really enjoy that, but for me, it adds like a little bit of a shimmer or a sparkle that, again, just eventually it kind of like grates on me after a while. These don't have that. They still have detail, a lot of detail in the highs, but they don't have any sort of an edge to them. It's just, again, just a very smooth delivery that makes them very pleasant to listen to. So all in all, I'd say it has kind of like a warmer, lusher sound than most headphones that I've tried, and that just makes them really easy to listen to and really enjoyable to listen to all sorts of different things. Power requirement is something that you're gonna have to start thinking about when you start looking at higher end headphones. And I would say that these headphones are surprisingly easy to drive. I think they sound really good out of my Samsung S10e. I really could listen to them just like that. But if you pair them with something like a DAC amp, I had used them for a long time with the FiiO E10K that was feeding an O2 amp, and I thought they sounded really good through that. Recently, just to simplify things, I've purchased the FiiO K5 Pro, and I do feel like they pair really well with that too. With a DAC amp, you can expect to see better instrument separation in these headphones and also a wider soundstage, and I just felt like they sounded a little bit clearer too, and that I was able to pick up some more detail when it was paired with a DAC amp than if it was just coming out like straight out of my phone or straight out of my computer. When I think about what makes these headphones like so compelling for me, it's really the overall package. So they are a big headphone, they are rather heavy, but I think the comfort is like just perfect though. When you combine those things with the big pads, really for me, they don't stand out as being like bothersome. And that comfort level, the build quality, the comfort level combined with the just lush, easy sound that these go with means that I can use them for long periods of time, and I never get tired of them. They always sound good. And that's in contrast to those other headphones where I would feel like, you know, something with the build quality or something with the sound would eventually start getting to me and I'd want to take them off. That doesn't happen with the M1060s. Before I make the recommendation for these, which I'm going to, I would just put an asterisk there with that and say, you know, if you're in the market for a nice set of headphones in this price range, I would definitely recommend the M1060s. But at the same time, my sound preferences might be different from your sound preferences. And while I really like this laid back sound that these offer, you might want something that has a little more detail or a little more shimmer to it, in which case maybe one of those other headphones I mentioned might be for you. What I've found as I've been trying out headphones and kind of delving more into the audio world is that it's really hard to get an accurate picture of what a headphone sounds like from a review like this one. While it can give you a general idea of the characteristics of a headphone, really until you hear it yourself, you're not going to know whether it's for you or not. For the money, I don't think you're going to be upset with like the comfort of this headphone or the build quality of this headphone, but again, the sound might be a different thing, and that's where I would encourage you to, you know, maybe try this one out and try out another headphone too to compare it to, so you can say whether you like this one or this one. It might make it just a little bit easier for you to decide. I know that's really helped me as I've been trying to pick out different headphones in different categories to get ones that I like, kind of that'll fit all my needs. In general, the M1060s, they're my go-to headphone. I love them. I have a hard time believing that somebody else wouldn't like them. But you know, again, it depends on your situation. If you're in an office setting or something like that, you might not want to wear these big things around. Or if you have a lot of sound happening around you, these being open back aren't going to be an ideal choice for that either. It really comes down to your needs and your preferences. But again, for the money, and especially if you're interested in getting an open back headphone and trying that out, and if you have plans to maybe add a DAC amp or you already have a DAC amp, I think these are a choice that you should look at. Now, while these fit my open back needs, I am also in the market for a closed back headphone currently. So if you look back on my wall here, I've got several options that I'm going to be trying out over the coming weeks, and I'll be slowly kind of releasing reviews on those headphones as well as I try them out and kind of make my decisions of which ones are going to be for me and that I'm going to keep. So if you're looking for a set of closed back headphones that are maybe around the $100 or under price point, I'll definitely have some stuff for you in the near future. All right, that's gonna wrap up this video. Thanks for sticking with me. I hope you found it useful. If you do still have some questions about the M1060 that I didn't answer, feel free to drop those down in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer those for you. Like I said, in the coming weeks, I'll have some more headphone reviews for you. If you're interested in that, stick around and I'll see you in the next one.